Are you tired of boring old walking? Do you want an alternative to your slow, ponderous legs? If so, the Segway is for you. With this Segway, you can go at triple your walking speed. Instead of having to lift your legs up and down, you can simply lean to move. With a slight nudge of the leg, you can turn to navigate around obstacles. This might be kind of confusing, and on your first try, you will be hanging onto walls for dear life. But by your second try, you should be getting the hang of it. And by your third try, you'll be zipping around as if you've been doing it for years. Compare this to walking, which actually takes years to learn. The Segway has many uses. First, it's fun. You can enjoy yourself with a blast of air as you push it at top speed. Have fun spinning around. Or use it to go a bit faster in games like tag. It also works well for transportation. If you want to go on a bike ride, but your legs are just so tired or you can't balance right on a bike, use the Segway. Hit auto balances so you don't have to. And it requires only minor motions to control, so it won't tire out your legs. Fresh air feels even fresher when zooming along on a Segway without the burn of muscle exertion or the exhaust of a motorized vehicle. Larger Segways are used by police forces because they can fit through small spaces that a car can't fit through, and they are cheaper than a police car. This means not only do Segways provide you with a lot of fun, but they're also used to keep you safe. Restaurants are also starting to use Segways. For example, a pizza place in Concord, New Hampshire uses Segways to deliver pizza because it's much cheaper to power a small Segway than to put gas in a large car. Tourists in some cities are also starting to use Segways. Because if you're walking around looking at all these sights, your feet will get tired. With the Segway, not only will it stop your feet from getting tired, but also you can reach all those sites faster. So if you have a limited time, you'll be able to see more stuff before you have to go. There are also starting to be games with Segways. For example, polo is a game normally played on horseback, but people are starting to organize competitions for it on a Segway. There are also Segway races held in Indianapolis. But the greatest use of all comes from seriously misusing the Segway. I'm talking pushing it above the top speed for 15 to 30 seconds. You see, I live in Wyoming, where our state flag has a buffalo on it. Well, this thing gave me a buffalo tattoo. Confused? Let me explain. So, there I was, outside, zooming along above the top speed, doing a Superman pose. As I pushed it so high above its top speed, the speed limiter must have kicked in because it slammed on the brakes. With me doing this Superman pose, I went flying forward, hit the pavement. Was scraped all over my hands, elbows, knees, forehead. I even scraped both hips without getting anything in between, which must take some real skill. You're probably wondering, how does this make me want to get a Segway? Well, for two reasons. First, this taught me a lot about pain. If you just go on with life and ignore the pain, the wounds become badges of honor instead of something to be hated. The other thing it did was give me this. You see, less than a week after the accident, there were some people who were wondering why I had a buffalo tattoo. I looked in the mirror, and sure enough, it did look like a buffalo. Now, I'm not the kind of person who would want an actual tattoo, but a Segway crash is a pretty good way to get a temporary one. Segway thus gives you a choice. If you use it improperly, you can get awesome wounds. If you actually use it right, which is easy, you can have a lot of fun. So remember, If you're tired of walking, if you want to zoom around in the open air, or if you want a buffalo tattoo, get a Segway. The company that now owns Segway, Ninebot, has discontinued these two-wheeled self-balancing vehicles. So you better get them now, before they're gone. Thank you for listening, and feel free to critique this speech from my blog.